Today I'm going to show you how to do a VLOOKUP formula. I've already prepared a Proforma invoice and a list of companies on the second sheet and a list of products on the third sheet. Now, what I intend to do with this VLOOKUP formula is to take the customer number and enter it in where the customer number is manually. And then after I've done the VLOOKUP formulas in the bill to, we'll automatically put in the customer's address. And the same with the product. We'll put the product code in manually, then the name and the unit price will automatically be filled in for that product code. So, what a VLOOKUP formula is it's a lookup and it's a reference function, and it's kind of like a one-to-one match, like in a database. Anyway, there's a lot of uses for it. It's great. So what we're going to do is we have to have ranges. So I'm going to name the ranges, and we need to always have the account number, because that's going to be it's unique, and that's what's going to pull all that information, like the company name, the address, the city, the province, and the postal code. That will be the account number. So it always has to be in the first column when we're highlighting our list. It doesn't necessarily have to be in column A, but it has to be in the first column of the list that we're highlighting. Okay, I'm going to name this list up here. I'm just going to name it company. I'm going to do the same thing for products. I'm going to highlight that, and I'm going to name the list range product. Okay, now I'm going to come to my invoice. And we'll put a PO in and an invoice number and today's date, which is 2006, it's April 2nd, 2016. We'll put the first customer number in. For example, let's put in ABCCOM. Now, in the bill to, I want the customer name here in this cell, and I'm going to put my VLOOKUP formula in. It's equals VLOOKUP left bracket. The lookup value is the first argument, is ABCCOM, the customer number. And because it's in K11, and that is always going to stay in K11, I'm going to make it an absolute reference here by putting the $ in front of the column and putting the $ in front of the row. Then our next parameter is the table array. So we put a comma, and we've already named our table for the companies. We named it company. So that's all we need to put in. Otherwise, we'd have to go into that company's sheet and highlight that again. But because we've named it, that's all we need to do. And the company name is in column 2 or in column B. In this case, we call it column 2. It's the second column from the left, because the first column in the left is what we use to look up our values here. And then we're going to type in false, and that means that it has to be an exact match to the customer number. So what it's doing is going into look at everything that's in that list, and it's going to match it up because I've put that customer number in. So there we go. It has ABC company. So now I want to put the city in. So I'm going to fill that formula down. And the city is in column 3 or column C. It's the third column from the left. And now I want to put in the province, and the province I mean the city, the province, a comma, the province, and then 2 spaces and the postal code. And I'm going to join them all together with a concatenate text formula. So I can fill this down, copy it down. So the city is in the 4th column, so that's all I need to change there. And next I want to put the province. So I put an and sign, not a plus sign, and, because it's text. Quotation mark, and a comma, and a space, and a quotation mark, and another and. This is going to join the 2 formulas together. I'm going to copy this one and paste it. And the province is in column 5. I'm going to want to join the postal code now and do the same thing, 2 spaces in between, and it's in column 6. So there you go. That's exactly what I wanted. Now I can reuse this. I can put another customer number in here. So I can put DEF would be the next one. And if you look over the left-hand side where the bill to is, that's going to change. So what I am going to end up doing is I'm going to use this as a template every time I want to do a Proforma invoice. So now we're going to go down to, we're going to enter the product code. Okay, let's, we'll put in Pro A. We can put in the quantity shipped, just manually, and in the description, but I'm going to bring it down, sorry, I'm going to bring it down 1 line. Quantity shipped, 10. I didn't bring it down 1 line, my goodness. I'm not thinking, okay. Okay, now, equals VLOOKUP. And this time, we're going to look at it up against this row here in this column, but this doesn't need to be absolute reference because it's not going to stay in just in A25. I'm going to do another one in A26. So it does not need to be absolute. I'm going to put a comma, and then our table array is named product. And I want the information from column 2, which is the product name, and false. So that's great. That's widget A. It's the unit price. VLOOKUP. Whoops. And I can just select it here. I select that again. The product code, everything for the product is dependent on this product code, and it has to be correct or else this doesn't work. And I'll show you that later. And the table array is product, and that was in column 3, and false. So it's put in the price, and over here I've just put it in a calculation to multiply the quantity by the unit price. So I'm going to fill this down a little bit. Yeah, okay. So, okay, for example, if I just want to show you that if that product code is wrong, I'm going to take out the A. This is what you're going to get. Because it doesn't know what it is. It doesn't mean anything. So it has to be exactly what the product code is. So let's do, whoops, product D, for example, do another 10. Can copy the formula down here. Whoops. Price and product. We're gonna do product E. We're gonna do another 10. And there you go. And I've just summed that and multiplied it by 13%, which is Ontario sales tax, to get a total. So now every time I want to do a Proforma invoice, I'm going to use this as a template. And the reason I'm using this in Proforma invoice, by the way, would be, I don't know, in this case, I'm doing this because we have a customer that doesn't pay very well. And so this customer has to pay in advance of shipping. But because he has to pay in advance of shipping, the invoice in the actual accounting system hasn't been done yet, but he needs something to pay from. So that is the reason. So what I would do now is I would save this as a PDF file and I would email it to my customer. So I hope you enjoyed this. There's a lot of different ways to use the VLOOKUP formula. I think it's just absolutely great, and it's a little bit advanced, but once you catch on to it, you'll figure out all kinds of ways to use it. Thank you.